Hello again, and thanks for joining me on another video. In a previous video, we talked about how we went in and changed all the lines for the fuel injector, but this also has to be changed. This is a gas line. There are two of them. This is on the driver's side, and this one on the passenger side. To take a close look, you see, when I ran the car, you could see how the leaks are starting to pop up from both ends. And there's also a crack right on top of that hose. The entire hose is actually cracked all around, but you can see a crack right there. So as soon as the gas starts going through it, you'll start to see leaks. And once it leaks onto the hot engine block, then of course you're going to have a fire. This hose is on the passenger side of the engine. It's in much better shape, but we're going to be changing it anyway, because again, it's 40 years old. And while I'm at it, I will be changing these two hoses down here as well. Again, you could see some leaks, and I will just prevent any fire issues by simply changing them right now. I'm going to go ahead and take these intakes off. I'm also going to label them according to the label that's on the block down here. You can see there's an 8 right there. There's a 7 right there. And then there's a 654. And of course, you have to label these also. So I'm going to go ahead and label these, take them off, clean up the engine, replace what needs to be replaced, all those rubbers. And then we're going to put them back together again and see what happens. Okay, so the first one we're able to get out is number 6. So we have 5, 7, and 8 on this side, and we immediately covered the area, so we don't want to get any debris inside, and we were able to now get out number 7. Go. Just going to clean these up. Bolts, throw in an envelope, and we're going to cover that hole also. Okay, we are making progress. So far we've taken out 5 of the 8 intake, spider legs, 2 over this side, and 3 on this side. You can see how dirty the engine is. We're going to clean that up. And now that we have room to work, we can now begin taking these hoses out. You can see that we got this one off. Take a look at this. It's in really bad shape. Not only is it cracked up, but if you look at the edges, you can see that the edges are all frayed. And, yeah, this is a disaster waiting to happen. Clean up and reuse the clamps. Those are still good. Okay, and before I cut a piece of the new hose that I've just purchased, I'm going to go ahead and measure this hose and make sure I have the same exact length. This is the hose that I'm going to be using. It's a high pressure, steel reinforced hose with the same inner dimension as the old one. In this shot, you could definitely see why this hose was leaking from both ends. I believe this hose is rated at 300 psi, which is more than the original specification. The second fuel rail hose showed signs of wear and cracks, so I had to also replace that. For this hose, we would like to keep the metal part, so we have to cut this and replace the hose itself with a piece of the high pressure hose that we have, and cut the this part right here and take this off and use the stem. We need this piece right here. Same down here, we need this whole piece. So I'll cut this off with a Dremel, and this is the whole ohms, and let's see if there are any cracks. Cracks aren't bad, but you could see them. While the outside of the hose is cracked up and looks like it's ready to be changed, the inside is actually pretty solid. But to be on the safe side, we'll just go ahead and change it anyway. Now that I have my hose and the metal pieces cut off, let's go ahead and put this together and put it back in the car. So here's the new hose fitted with the metal connectors on both ends. I used 2 clamps on both ends just to be sure that this will hold securely. So we've replaced 2 critical hoses. That section right there. Then over this side, that section right there. Now, I'm going to get to these hoses, and those are essential also. A little bit of a challenge, but we'll have to see what we could do. Please join me in the next video.